Ever felt, my friend, like everything is falling apart at once? Life is messy, your prayers feels off, you're still Muslim, still trying, but something feels disconnected. Not lazy, not careless, just confused. Most people think that means their faith is weak. It usually doesn't, my friend. It usually means they don't fully understand what they are doing. And here is the real issue. Islam starts feeling heavy when it stops making sense. When you're doing things out of habit, guilt, or even pressure, not clarity. Before we talk about fixing everything, let's be honest. Most of us were taught what to do. Very few of us were taught why it matters. So when life hits, everything shakes. Not because Islam is fragile, but because our understanding is. Once you see that, my friend, everything changes. The goal isn't perfection here, it's clarity. In this video, I just want to break down a few ideas that actually hold things together when everything feels like it's falling apart. No hype, no pressure, just clarity. So here where most people get stuck. They wait for the perfect feeling, the perfect mindset, even the perfect moment where everything finally clicks. That moment, my friend, doesn't come. You tell yourself you need perfect focus, perfect consistency, even perfect Iman. Then you will start. But waiting for perfection is exactly what keeps you stuck here, my friend. Islam was never built on perfect conditions. It was built to work inside messy lives. Clarity here doesn't come from having all the answers. It comes from taking the next step even when you only understand part of the picture. If something in Islam makes sense at 70%, that's enough to move. You don't need everything to click at once. Understanding grows while you are walking, not before you even start, my friend here. Another thing no one really explains. Your faith isn't tested when life is calm. It's tested when things feel unstable, when doubts show up, when motivation drops, when you are tired of trying. In those moments, my brother, your heart is looking for something solid, not emotions, not hype, stability. That stability comes from understanding. When you know why Allah asks for something, you don't panic when it gets hard. You don't spiral every time you slip. You stay grounded. Confusion makes everything louder. Clarity quiets the noise. And here is the reality most people avoid. You already choose this path. Islam as a religion, my friend, isn't something that just happened to you. You weren't forced into caring. So when you show up half present, do things without learning, avoid the hard questions, that doesn't just affect your faith. It affects how you see yourself. Respect starts internally. When you understand what you believe, you stop feeling fake, trying to live it. Another mistake a lot of people make, they try to control everything in their life. Their future, their emotion, their progress. And that's exhausting. Islam never asked you to control outcomes, by the way. It asked you to show up with intention, effort, and trust. Uncertainty isn't the enemy. Misunderstanding is. Life will always be unpredictable. Your job isn't to eliminate chaos. It's to know where to stand when chaos shows up. That's why growth feels uncomfortable. Not because you are incapable, but because you are learning something new. And these new things called growing pains for a reason. If things feel hard right now, it doesn't mean you are doing it wrong. It usually means you are finally facing things honestly. And here is the shift that changed everything. Stop resisting the confusion. Start understanding it. Ask better questions. Learn what Islam actually teaches. Not just how it looks from the outside. Take action before fear convinces you to wait. Because anxiety fades when clarity grows. And faith becomes steady when it's built on understanding, not pressure. Islam isn't proven in easy times, my friend. It's revealed in hard ones. One other thing I learned the hard way. Avoiding the hard parts only makes them louder. When you ignore confusion, it doesn't disappear. It stacks. It turns into guilt, then burnout, then distance. But the moment you stop running from the questions, things start to calm down. Not instantly, but steadily. Understanding doesn't fix everything overnight, my friend. It stabilizes you while things are still messy. That's why the hardest season often become the strongest foundations later. You look back and realize those moments forced you to actually learn, not perform or pretend, not copy. Islam gets clearer when life gets uncomfortable. Because you stop relying on vibes and start relying on meaning. Short term clarity feels slow. You feel unsure, you feel exposed, like you are rebuilding from scratch. Long term, it changed everything. Your worship feels lighter. Your choices feel intentional. Your faith stops swinging with your mood. So, my friend, if things feel like they are falling apart right now, don't rush to escape it. Don't shame yourself. Don't force fake motivation. Ask one simple question instead. Why I'm not understanding this yet? Because the moment you stop resisting the struggle and start learning from it, progress starts. Fear eases. Faith steadies. Islam isn't held together by pressure, my friend. It's held together by understanding and using your mind. And once you build that, things don't fall apart as easily anymore. That's why I'm making these videos in the first place. Not to push you harder, not to guilt you into doing more, but to make Islam make sense. Because when you understand Islam, you don't need constant motivation. You don't feel lost every time life shakes you. You don't panic every time you struggle. You know where you stand. If this hits something you've been feeling but couldn't explain, stay around. That's literally what this channel is for. We break things down, we ask the questions people avoid, we make Islam clear, simple, and grounded in real life. So if you want faith that feels stable, not heavy, hit subscribe now, my friend, and remember, things don't fall apart because Islam is unclear. They often fall apart so you are finally forced to understand it.